Hello and welcome to Azurewala YouTube channel. We are in part 14 of Azure Solutions Architect Expert series. So far we have completed 18 questions in previous videos. Today we are going to discuss question number 19. Before we proceed with today's topic, I would like to inform you that we are providing online instructor-led hands-on Azure trainings. If interested, please feel free to reach me on this WhatsApp number. Question 19. You plan to deploy an Azure SQL database that will store personally identifiable information or PII. You need to ensure that only privileged users can view the PII. What should you include in the solution? Let's understand what is personally identifiable information. What is personally identifiable information? Personally identifiable information refers to any data that can be used to identify a specific individual. This could include information that is directly linked to someone's identity or combined with other data to identify a person. Here are some of the common examples of PII. Direct identifier may be name, social security number, passport number, email address or phone number. Sensitive identifiers like financial information like bank account, credit card, etc. Or location related information which is like home address or geolocation data. Digital identifiers like IP addresses, login credentials or device IDs. Let's go back to question. Now we understand the meaning of personally identifiable information. Now we need to know who are the privileged users. Privileged users in Microsoft 365 are individuals who have elevated permissions to perform critical administrative tasks. Means these are administrator or administrative users. Example like global administrator, privileged access management users, or Microsoft Entra privileged identity management users. Let's go back to question. Now we understand the personally identifiable information which is stored in SQL Server database, and the privileged users only should be able to access this information or read this information from database tables. Non-administrative users should not be allowed to read this information from the database. Now let's understand what is the transparent data encryption. We are on learn.microsoft.com at SQL Server page on transparent data encryption page. Transparent data encryption encrypts SQL Server, Azure SQL database and Azure Synapse Analytics data files. This encryption is known as encrypting data at rest. Means when the data is stored on the Azure platform or SQL Server, we can encrypt the data using transparent data encryption, but we cannot protect the data from non-administrative users to read from. Back to the question. Next is data discovery and classification. Let's go back to learn.microsoft.com. Data discovery and classification. Data discovery and classification is built into Azure SQL database, Azure SQL managed instance and Azure Synapse Analytics. It provides basic capabilities for discovering, classifying, labeling and reporting the sensitive data into your database. First is discovery and recommendations. The classification engine scans your database and identifies columns that contain potentially sensitive data. It then provides you with an easy way to review and apply recommended classification via Azure portal. But it doesn't protect our data from the non-administrative users. Second offering is labeling. You can apply sensitivity classification labels persistently to columns by using new metadata attributes that have been added to the SQL Server database. Again, this is just the labeling service, but it doesn't again protect from the non-administrative user. Next is query result set sensitivity. The sensitivity of query result set is calculated in real time for auditing purpose. And the visibility, you can view the database classification state in a detailed dashboard in Azure portal. But it doesn't offer what we are looking for, where we want to restrict non-administrative users from reading or sensitive data. Let's go back to question. Next is role-based access control. Again, we are on learn.microsoft.com. What is Azure role-based access control? Access management for cloud resources is a critical function for any organization that is using the cloud. Azure role-based access control, or Azure RBAC, helps you to manage who has access to Azure resources, what they can do with those resources, and what areas they have access to. So this is basically permission management for the resources, but it cannot protect the sensitive information which is stored in the tables of Azure SQL database from non-administrative users. Now we are left with dynamic data masking. Let's understand what it is. We are on learn.microsoft.com at dynamic data masking page. Dynamic data masking, or DDM, limits sensitive data exposure by masking it to non-privileged users. This is what we are looking for. It can be used to greatly simplify the design and coding of security in your application. Here you can see that how our data is masked on a particular column. So it could be a phone number or personal information, etc., which non-administrative users will not be able to read. Let's go back to question. Therefore, option D, C and B are not the correct answer, and dynamic data masking is the correct answer to protect the personally identified information of individuals in SQL Server database. I hope this video was informative for you. Please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, press the bell notification icon. Thank you for watching this video. See you in next video.